Well, hello and welcome to my latest video. Yes, off on my adventures. If you saw my video about my bike packing setup, then you will know that I'm off on an adventure with my mate Mike, and we're here at Newhaven ready to catch the ferry to Dieppe. Quick overview of the bike setup here. There's mine that you've already seen, which is the Mason Secan, and that's Mike's bike there, Mike's bike, which is a Ridley Helium, and as you can see we're both rocking the tail fin backpacks. There's a man there looking at what's going on. Well, the last person left in Britain, please switch off the light. Well, we're on the boat. This is the actually I don't know what this boat is called. The Pride of Dieppe, perhaps. The Pride of Newhaven. Pride of you too. I don't know. Just had a very tasty breakfast, actually. Not full English, not exactly full French either. Had a croissant, had a roll. Actually, I had two bowls with butter, quite a lot of butter, if I'm honest. Honey, a cup of coffee, and orange juice. £4.95. I mean, they talk about the cost of living crisis, but it certainly ain't the case on this boat. I may have been undercharged, but the man saw what I had and he charged me £4.95, so I was happy about that. Let's hope the price stays the same in the rest of France. Not that we're in France yet, we're on the boat. A luxurious cabin on a ship, almost as luxurious as those 15 years I spent in Parkhurst. Well, we've been riding on the Avenue Verte. The Avenue Verte, incidentally, was named after the founder of it, whose name was Bert Avenue, but when they sent the information to the printers, it came back as Avenue Verte, so that's what it's been called, although Bert is not very happy about the situation. Anyway, we've stopped here at the Chateau de Meniere. Is that how you pronounce it? Possibly. Which is a beautiful chateau, or would be if you could see it through that fence. So I'm going to do a kind of Citizen Kane sweep shot and go right through the fence. So wait a minute, we're getting there. Here comes Orson Welles. He's going through the fence, and look at that. Now you get a perfect view of the Chateau de Meniere without my bike and Mike spoiling the view. Beautiful, isn't it? A wedding venue now, mostly. Business conferences, TED Talks, things like that. Weekends away. Spa, you know the drill. Detox mansion, they call it. And this is the old mill in Meniere. Sorry, Mike, what's this village called?
Mesnier-en-Bray.
Mesnier-en-Bray. I don't even see the waterfall. It's quite hard to show on the old GoPro. But anyway, there it is. It's the water flowing. And this is the Avenue Verte. And basically it's been like this for the last 15 miles. Relentless tarmac pathway through greenery, but very, very pleasant. There's quite a few groups of cyclists we've come across. There is a couple who I've christened Sonny and Cher, 3 students from Brighton who I've christened Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and a group of 5 from Newcastle, kind of rough stuff fellowship who I've called the Dave Clark 5. The Sonny and Cher we're going to meet at the hotel because they're staying at the same place as we are. So anyway, this is the Avenue Verte. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's very French. Very French. Apart from all these cyclists, though, there are very few people about. Very quiet. How it should be. That's Mike cycling along in front, setting the pace. This is the landscape we're cycling beside. You want to see me? And that's me cycling along. What do you think? Impressive. must say I'm having a really nice time. Really nice time. And see the bike. It's the Toe Peak handlebar bag you can see there. That funny pale thing, that's my left arm. And as we come up to these kind of junctions, these are every kilometre or so with these signs. You have to watch out for traffic. Now this is a creperie in Neufchâtel-en-Bray that we're going to stop at. Now on the boat, every group of cyclists that we met, Mike told about this creperie. So I said to him, Mike, stop telling people about this bloody creperie, otherwise by the time we get there, it's going to be sold out. So we had to put our hammer down so we could get here and before Sonny and Cher, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the Dave Clark 5, mind you they're going pretty slowly so they won't be here probably until tomorrow, and all the other groups of cyclists as well that we saw. Anyway, the trouble is, I ate like a bastard on the boat. I'm not sure I'm hungry enough for a crepe. We'll have to see. Right, Mike is insistent that we say bonjour to everybody, and I'm keeping a tally. I've got a little book, and so far there's 147 ticks in that book. We've only been riding for an hour and a half, 6 days. I'm going to have to buy another book somewhere. Anyway, we stopped at the creperie, and this, I don't know if you can see, you don't know what I'm looking at. We're looking at a kind of concrete wall, which is the remains of one of the station platforms, because this was a railway line that we are cycling along, and every now and again we pass one of the stations, although I haven't taken any film of them, so you can't see. What I should have said, and what I should have realised, is that this is one of the old station buildings, which has now been turned into this creperie. And I think you can tell actually, it looks like a station building. The thing on the right there looks like a toilet. The thing on the left looks like a waiting room. The thing in the middle looks like a vending machine that doesn't work. Mind you, I'm relating this to a kind of British railway station as opposed to a French railway station, which is just the same except they speak French. You want a close up at the bikes? That's my Fairlight on the left, Mike's Ridley on the right. We don't know who that couple are, and they're not cycling, so they're not part of our gang. He's not part of our gang either. Don't know who he is. And here, the crepe has arrived, and this is a crepe with chocolate, in case you can't work that out. It looks rather delicious. So I know I said I wasn't hungry, but I'm going to have to force it down, just so I can tell you lot what it was like. And that is what a crepe looks like when it's gone. Wow. Didn't take long, did it? Well, that's the first day. Dieppe to Forges-les-Eaux, 55.4 kilometres, average 20.9 kilometres per hour. Gotta say, the old legs were feeling it towards the end of that ride. I suppose, as you'll know if you've been watching my videos, I'm carrying a few injuries, and it doesn't take long for the old fitness to slip away. So that's a sign of Julian's fitness slipping away. Do you want to just slip away from that? That's it. It's like my fitness slipping away. Well, day 2, and we've reached this particular village, not sure what it's called, and this remarkable looking building. I spent the night in Forges-les-Eaux, a pleasant hotel. A traditional French dinner, prawn cocktail, chicken in a basket, and then Black Forest Gâteau. I said to the waiter, I said, Garçon, Garçon, I said, is this a traditional French dinner? And he said, of course it is, you English pig. Which I thought was not the politest thing to say, if I'm honest. But still, that's Brexit for you. We've now ridden, I suppose, about 18 miles or so, not on the Avenue Verte, but on some quiet, fabulous French roads. Incredibly quiet, actually. I think we can maybe see 2 cars. Which strikes me when you're cycling in Britain, it doesn't matter how quiet the road is, you still expect some kind of county lines capo di capo to come out of nowhere in a great big black fuck off Range Rover with limousine glass and try and force you into a ditch. But that doesn't happen in France, doesn't happen in rural France. Anyway, at least it hasn't happened so far to us. Well, it's taken about 500 million wrong turnings and the same amount looking at the map, but we have finally made it to Gerberoy, which is, Mike tells me, famous for its roses, and certainly is a beautiful site. It's also famous for building work. This is in many of the guidebooks. Rough Builder's Guide to France is part of this, and now we have a kind of cobbled street that we are pushing our bikes up. That's the wahoo there, telling us that we're no longer lost. And that's a fine part of the old town walls, I imagine. Attractive house here, and just managed to lose control of the bike. Oh, look at this. This is gorgeous, isn't it? This is pure, Mike, this is pure Paris-Roubaix cobbles. Have you ever seen the Paris-Roubaix cobbles? Well, this is, as you know, exactly what they're like. Shut up, wahoo. Shut up. It's the old church there, up there. Yes, very attractive. I think you'll agree. No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about this village. We might actually stop for coffee. Bloody knackered now. It's amazing how tired you get getting lost all the time. This is a salon de thé.
Yep.
We're about to go into Sarah's place and to have ourselves some coffee and cake, with any luck. And this, now, I mean, look at this. Is this not only quintessentially French? There's a kind of Citizen Kane tracking shot there. Not only is it quintessentially French, but look at that. Look at that statue there. And these tables covered in groaning repast. Ah, so pretty. And another tracking shot through this gate as we look at this beautiful house here. A tracking shot out of the gate as we back away. In this house lived the painter Henri Le Sidane, 1901 to 1939. What a house. What a painter. Look him up if you've never heard of him, as I have. These superb looking pots and a carrier bag there we found in this shed, which is part of Sarah's cafe, although conspicuous by her absence is Sarah herself. Well, Mistress Sarah, or Madame Sarah perhaps one should say, did emerge and said to us we're closed. Well, closed for food, but we said, can we get coffee? And she said, mais oui, in that kind of way, meaning, yes, we can get coffee. And I said, what about gâteau? Because my French was good enough to say gâteau, which of course is cake. And she said, no, gâteau demain, which means tomorrow. She could have added, demain, you fat bastard. But, being a very polite French woman, Sarah, she did not. I'm sure Mike will say that. I've got to say, and you may think I'm going out on a bit of a limb here, guys, as I climb up this treacherous set of steps, but Gerberoy has got to be one of the most beautiful villages I think I've ever seen. And of course France is a place that is famous for beautiful villages. And here is the church. Down there is the house of the celebrated painter whose name for the moment escapes me. And here are some canvases, or the remains of some canvases from that celebrated painter whose name for the moment escapes me. And here is the menu of stuff that we are not being offered today. And here is Sarah's chien, or dog, as we call it in English. And this, of course, that's Sarah. I'm not sure it is though. I think Sarah's the lady who's making the coffee.
Wheat. Fields of wheat.
So we're heading now towards Beauvais, there to meet Mike's daughter at the cathedral. Hopefully we won't get lost anymore.
Where we have deviated from our route and turned onto, keep it to yourself, what is probably a footpath. And a glorious footpath it is too, right by the river here. Mike has ploughed on like Shackleton while I've stopped to do a bit of filming on this rather interesting metal bridge. So we see the bridge and we see the river, fast flowing, teeming with sharks and other fish. And then we see, wait for it, the shark on a bicycle. Oui, c'est moi, Jules. Mike has left me behind. Hopefully I've got a route and can find my way before we lose me altogether. Probably fed up. And who can blame me?
We've now left Beauvais in the company of Mike's daughter, Mandy,
and we are heading to Clermont across this vast expanse. These may, I'm not entirely sure about this, these may be the plains of Picardy. Yes, the plains of Picardy, the famous plains of Picardy. Although, to be honest, I haven't seen any plains. I've seen a couple of kestrels. And Mike said we saw a buzzard. We haven't seen any plains. So, I'm afraid the plains of Picardy so far have eluded us. And for the first time on this ride, there's quite a lot of vehicular traffic, although we are on a cycle path. It's one of those artistic shadow shots us YouTubers are very partial to. Want to see me?
Well, here we are at the Claire Motel in Clermont, which is where Mandy's daughter lived, where she lives. We cycled exactly 100.1 kilometres today. Stopped in Beauvais for seat nearly collapsed under me, for a very tasty omelette and fruit chips, as it's called in English. Let me just turn this around so you can see me. That's our motel room there, you can see behind me. The motel room, not the most salubrious place, but the lobby is very nice, and the bar area looks very nice, so we should be eating there this evening. So really enjoyable ride, and felt a bit stronger than I did yesterday. Thank you very much, thanks for asking. And knee is doing fine. So that's the end of this particular video. I may do another video. Yes, I can hear you groan already. Sorry, the sun's in my eyes a bit there. May do another video for our return journey, and maybe stop in Beauvais and actually get some film of the cathedral, largest cathedral in the world, in case you didn't know that. But anyway, until then, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Please like, please subscribe, please tell your friends, and please remember that my channel raises money for www.dec.org.uk, which is the organisation collating charitable donations for humanitarian relief in Ukraine. So, hope you're enjoying your time, hope to see you soon, and thanks for watching so far. Take care. See you next time. That's what I normally say. I forgot what I normally say. See you next time.